Hello, I thought I'd make you a short video with a quick example on how to use the closure problem guide to help you prepare for Monday's opportunity. So I'm looking at closure problem number 129. Okay, it says assume that all angles in the diagram below are right angles and all measurements are in centimeters. Find the perimeter of the figure. So I'm going to have my closure problem guide sitting right in front of me, and I'm going to copy the problem down on the left hand side. First, I'm going to note what problem it is, number 129. Then I'm going to copy down the original problem, not exactly word for word and not perfectly by any means, but original problem is going to go here. I'm going to remind myself that I'm supposed to find the perimeter. Then I'm going to go back and look at my problem one more time. I'll assume all the angles are right and all the measurements are in centimeters. Okay. So all these angles are right. Find the perimeter. All right, then I'm going to get started. So my problem here is asking me to find the perimeter. So what do I know about the perimeter? I know it's the distance around. I know 6 here, 8 here, 6 here. I know all these little guys are 1. So if they're taking 1 away from 8, I know that between these two up here, I'm left with 7. If I want to split it up into 3.5, 3.5, and I can, or I can just account for it, these two added together to be 7. Now, why am I not just so willing to split them up into 3.5 and 3.5? Well, because I don't know that these two sides here equal each other, but I know that they do have to add to 7 because my whole bottom portion here has to be 8. So now I'm going to just add up all my sides. So I've got the 6 plus 6, which is 12, plus 8 gives me 20. And then I have my 7 split up on top with this surface as 1, this surface 2, this surface 3, which is 10. So a total perimeter of 30. Now I'm going to go back to my book and I'm going to check my answers to make sure I got the right one. And as I can see here, the perimeter is 30. Now, what happens if I didn't get 30? Well, I come back to my problem. First, I'm going to write the correct answer here as 30. But let's say I made a detail error. Okay? So how do I decipher which one of these actually occurred? So what detail error did I make in this problem? How could I have checked my work to catch the error? Is there a pattern to this type of detail errors you make? So let's say I miscalculated and I said this was 6 instead of 7, so I'm only at 29. Okay? So I made a small math error, but I want to make sure that I don't make this error anymore. So now I'm going to go, so how could I have checked this work? Is there a pattern? There's a pattern. I always make small math errors. Darn it. So more practice problems. Well, what does the book tell me I should practice? The book tells me that for problem 129, I should go practice problem 125. Okay, so 125 says, read the math notes box for this lesson, which describes how to find the area and perimeter of a shape. Okay, then examine the rectangle at the right. If the perimeter of this shape is 120, which equation below represents this fact? Once you have selected, solve for x. So now I'm going to put this problem, more practice problems. I'm going to practice more practice problem 1-25. Slide this down a little bit. Now I'm going to recopy that problem over here on the right hand side. Okay, so 125, I have a rectangle, I have 6x minus 1, I have 2x plus 5, perimeter equals 120. Which equation below represents the fact? Well, let's see what I would get if I were to solve for perimeter. So I have two 6x minus 1s, and I need to add those to two 2x plus 5s. So I have 12x minus 2 plus 4x plus 10. This all equals 120. So I have 16x plus 8 equals 120. 16x is equal to 112, so x equals 7. So which equation, A, B, or C, was the equation that I would use to find the perimeter? Let's go back and look, A, B, or C. I used C. Okay, I think I actually remember doing this problem in class. So I used C, and x is equal to 7. Now, what was the purpose of me redoing this problem? A, I got a little practice with perimeter in case I'd forgotten what perimeter was, but my issue wasn't so much with not knowing perimeter, it was I made small math errors. So now here is me having to combine like terms, having to divide, having to add or subtract, practicing not making those small math errors. Now, let's say I didn't remember how to do this problem, or I couldn't find it in my homework. What I would need to go do then, if I needed extra help over on the more practice side, is I would go check out the homework help in my folder, since I have all kinds of great GeoGebra homework problem help that could help me walk through this problem, and I could copy down those steps on this side. Okay, but this is how these problems are supposed to go. Okay, so now for the next one, okay, same thing happens. Problem number here, copy the closure problem. If I made an error, how did I make the error? Maybe I didn't make an error, but I still want to practice more problems like this because it was kind of hard. I didn't know the answer until I checked it. All right, I've given you this as an attachment on the closure problems in case you need to print out more. If you need to get more, we need to start grabbing more. That they're in a pile next to the graph paper. If you run out of space on these and you need to write them down on notebook paper, that will be okay this go around. But next time, please grab as many closure problem sheets as you need. How will I know how many closure problem sheets I need, Ms. Richardson? Well, because the closure problems are up so far in advance, you will have started this early and you will know that you're going to need to grab 5, 6, or 7 of these closure problem sheets that you are going to keep in your binder. Good luck. Email me with any questions.